Welcome to Let's Get Loud Now. I'm your host, Dorothy Guerra. This is your resource for business success strategies. Today I'm super excited because I have Satish Verma, the president of Think and Grow Rich Institute, with me today. Now, I have been reading Think and Grow Rich since I'm going to say I was 15 years old. And it's just one of those books that stays on my nightstand. Now, having said that, that does not mean that I go out every single day and live the principles that I'm reading while that book is on my nightstand. So that's why I think it's really important to bring Satish to you today. I did have the honor of attending his level 1 training, and it was fantastic, and it really had an impact on me in bringing out those principles in the book from a live perspective as opposed to just reading the material. So today, I'd like you to hear from Satish and hear how he got the rights to Think and Grow Rich here in Canada, the UK, and in India. And in fact, hear his story as to what brought him into buying the rights, which in itself is an amazing story. And then we're going to bring to you some of the Think and Grow Rich strategies that are going to help you become a success. Without further ado, welcome Satish.
Thank you, Dorothy.
How are you doing?
I am awesome.
I'm honored to have you on this show.
Thank you very much.
So let's get right into it. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what happened to you that brought you over to the foundation to get these rights, which really is an amazing story, by the way.
Yes, it is indeed. See, about 28 years ago, I had invested money in some venture and I'd lost everything overnight. Like, I was wiped out. And imagine, you have 2 kids and wife to support and you have nothing left. That's the time I was introduced to this marvelous work by Napoleon Hill. Somebody told me, take this course on Think and Grow Rich. They were offering at that time through their foundation, through correspondence. They were in Chicago at that time. And I had $500 left in the bank, and the cost of the course was about $400, somewhere around there. And I had an option whether I pay my rent or take this course. But my gut feeling was telling me, take this course, take this course. So I invested in that course. The first lesson I took absolutely changed my life. And normally when you go bankrupt and people say, well, 6 years the bank is not going to give you any money. This is what's going to happen to you. You're totally doomed. You have to, as if all the horror stories. But I'm reading, after taking my first lesson on Think and Grow Rich, I'm reading about those people who went bankrupt and how they made it out again. See, it's the mind shift, eh? So I said, okay. In first lesson is called definiteness of purpose. What do you want in your life? I said, okay. They said, you can set any goal in your life and you can achieve it if you work at it. So I said, my goal is to get out of bankruptcy in 6 months. That's it. No 6 years for me. And guess what? I got out of bankruptcy. I got the house. I got the mortgage on the house shortly after 6 months of my discharge from the bankruptcy. How did that happen? It's all in Think and Grow Rich. It tells you how you can do anything that you want in life. Doesn't matter what it is. So at that time, I said, this philosophy works. And it made me millions, and I'm not saying I'm very rich, but I'm rich in every part of my life. Okay. So I said, one day I'm going to teach this philosophy to the entire world, how powerful it is. And I had many businesses, and then my son runs an awesome company, which is education company. Is multinational, multi-million dollars. And he said, Dad, what do you intend to do? I said, I just got an email from Think and Grow, from Napoleon Foundation. They want me to come to a conference in Venice. He said, Dad, okay, you go to that conference. I said, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And at the same, he asked me what is the conference, and I didn't know he was booking my ticket at the same time. So he booked my ticket to Venice, booked my hotel and everything. He said, Dad, you're going. I said, okay. So I go to Venice, and there I am introduced to a lady from Malaysia. They say, well, Satish, meet Christina. She has rights for Napoleon Hill, works for Malaysia. said, what do you mean she has rights?
Right.
He said, no, we give rights. I said, what about Canada? They said there are a few companies which are interested. We have sent them the documents, but we never heard from them. I said, so you haven't signed any document? They said, no. I took out from my wallet a blank check, signed it, gave it to them. I said, look, I don't care what's in the agreement, give me the rights. And as I'm talking to them, then I said, which other countries are available? They talk about UK and India. I said, well, want everything. Okay? So I gave them the blank check. I even didn't know how much they were going to charge me, and they joked with me. They said, what, Satish, if we charge you $1 million? I said, I don't care. I said, you just give me these rights, because I was seeing something. I had seen this, something in this course. I said, you know what? This is going to change the whole world. And that's all I wanted to do, make people become positive in their lives so they can achieve anything that they want in life. That was what my goal
Right.
was. Ultimate goal, ultimate purpose. Everybody has it. I say, if it impacted me, why would not impact other people if they learn the principles?
Right.
So based on that, I just was so excited. But after I gave the check, and I was in India for a week, and then I came back, they sent me the documents, and only thing I negotiated, not the price, nothing. I said, I just want to extend the term. Okay? So I extended the term. That's it. And then I got the rice. My family said, Dad, what did you buy? I said, I don't know, but I think I bought something.
I don't know.
I bought something great. I think this is going to be good, whatever it is.
Well, I think it's amazing because this is a book that's been around since the 30s.
Yes, 1937 it was published.
Exactly, and it's been done in so many different books.
Sure.
Law of Success, the Principles of Success, and
Yes.
then now all of a sudden people have access to taking an actual course,
Yes,
which
yes.
we didn't have before.
Yes.
So I think the first time I came across it was I saw it come up on my Facebook.
Oh.
I'm like, what? And then that's how I started doing a
Sure,
little bit of
sure,
research,
sure.
right? So I think it's fabulous work.
Yeah. See, Think and Grow, which is philosophy. Any philosophy you can learn easily if somebody is teaching you. And this was my vision. I said, a lot of people are reading Think and Grow. They halfway through, they put the book on the side table or wherever they are, then they don't read it.
Yeah.
Because few things, they have to be taught. And I thought, why don't I make it easier for people to understand Think and Grow Rich? So, because Napoleon in 1955 or so, him with W. Clement Stone wrote a course called Science of Success. So, which is a combination of all his works more or less designed into a course, and that's the course I took. I said, why don't I teach this course? And that's how the whole process started. And ever since we have opened up in Canada, we are swamped. Colleges are contacting us to put this program in the colleges for business school and for engineering schools. Universities are contacting us, and general public. It's going kind of viral. That's how busy we have become. And in India, we are starting on 14th or 15th of April. I'm flying out there for 2 weeks. And so it is growing. And that has always been my vision, that I want to take it all across the world. Make Napoleon Hill a household name. And people who don't know how this book came into existence, this is a research done on the most successful people ever lived. People like Edison, Henry Ford,
Yep.
Graham Bell, Rockefellers, many presidents, senators. See, this book has a wisdom of 500 most successful people, and each one had a 50 years of experience in their own field, like business, industry, politics, finance.
Some of them had no education.
And some of them have no education.
Like Henry Ford didn't build his first car till he was 45 years old.
Exactly. Same was Edison.
And it's,
Edison never went to school.
Yeah.
You know that. You know his story.
Yeah.
And these are the people who all they did was use their mind, right? And imagine 500 most successful people, each one with a 50 years of experience. It has a combined wisdom of 25,000 years in this works. So how can we go wrong? And it's a research done for 20 years on the minds of those people who have shaped the destiny of this world. So this is not that I am the author of I'm not the author or originator of these ideas.
And that's important to
Yes.
make that point, because you didn't write the book and you basically bought the rights.
Yes, that's correct.
Right? So, and we want to make that clear so
Absolutely.
people don't get confused about that.
Yes. And so all we are doing is following this philosophy, in a practical shape. We are giving to the public so they can understand the philosophy much quicker and way, so they can achieve whatever they want in their life. That's the whole purpose of this book,
Right.
of this Think and Grow Rich Institute.
Right. Now, let's go into some of these principles.
Sure.
Okay, so based on you putting the course together, you know, obviously you can't teach it all in a day because there are so many principles.
Sure.
What do you think is the most important principle in the Think and Grow Rich philosophy or strategy?
You see, this question has been asked to me many times. See, imagine, there are 17 principles
Yeah.
altogether. Imagine an orchestra having 17 instruments, right? You can't take one out and give importance to the other one.
Right.
See, if you take one out, you will see the sound is going to be very different. So all the principles are important.
Yeah.
But out of that, some stand out. That's all it is. But it doesn't mean that you have to ignore the rest of the principles because you said these are the two more important
Right.
principles, I'm going to use them.
Well, you have to read the book.
Yes.
Or you have to take a course.
Number one, you must know what you want in life. And 98% of the population on this planet don't know what they want in their life. And this is the reason which inspired Andrew Carnegie to commission Napoleon Hill to write this book, because he said, Napoleon, 98% people on this planet don't know what they want in their life. Is there any way we can teach them what they want in their life? So when you know what you want in life and you have burning desire to possess it, then nothing comes in the way. Because like Emerson said, there's nothing capricious in nature, and the implanting of a desire indicates that it's gratification of the constitution that feels it.
Right.
Right? So, and you forget the impossibilities. When you have a burning desire, you just forget the impossibility. Look at Edison. When he wanted to invent the light bulb, he didn't think of any impossibilities. And later on, when Napoleon was interviewing him, he said, Mr. Edison, you failed 10,000 times. He said, no. I learned 10,000 ways it will not work.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Very famous quote by Edison. And then also Edison continued. He said, you know what? I had to succeed. He said, what do you mean you had to succeed? He said, I ran out of all the failures. So because he had a purpose to give this light to this world. He didn't want to light his own home.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Sure.
For all the entrepreneurs out there
Sure.
that want to be in business,
Sure.
they want to do something for themselves. Either they have an idea for a service or they have an idea for a product.
Sure.
How do you know the difference between having an idea and really knowing that there's a burning desire behind it? Like, you know, an idea is an idea. How do you identify what burning desire is or feels like?
See, you can have millions of ideas in your mind, but if you don't have faith in those ideas, if you don't believe in those ideas, you will never have a burning desire. But if you have faith and you are taking action towards that idea, then you really have a desire to fulfill that, make that idea come true.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so many people have ideas. Many people, they say, oh, I thought about this thing, I thought about this thing. But why didn't do anything about this? Well, I don't know. Either it could be the fear of failure, or they have very low self-image.
Right.
They are scared of success. There are different reasons people don't start to act on their ideas.
And that's some of the principles in Think and Grow Rich, some of the fears that people have that bring up some of the roadblocks.
Sure. And we help them overcome those roadblocks. So you can think of anything in this world. It's not, I'm not talking even with the reasons. So who thought we'll go to space? See, 500 years ago, we thought Earth was flat, right? And just over 100 years ago, we used to think if God wanted us to fly, He would have given us wings. So it all starts with the idea. But Wright's brothers, what they did, they had an idea. They said, well, we are going to act on this. And for your information, Wright's brothers were not aeronautical engineers.
Right.
They were bicycle mechanics.
Yep.
And look what they did. It was idea, they started working on it. And when you have an idea, you start work on it and continuously move your action towards that idea, it is going to be realized. It's that simple.
Right.
But we get an idea, we become complacent about it, we don't do anything about it, then say, I used to think about this too. Right? I give you an example. I was driving with my children to Florida, and in those days, they used to give you a road map. You go to a CAA, they will give you the road map. And I used to think, why the heck we have this road map? Why can't they put something on your dashboard? That was the idea also came to my mind. Now you see we have GPS, but I didn't do anything about the idea.
Right.
Right?
No, it wasn't meant to be your idea.
Yes, exactly. And I didn't have a burning desire to accomplish that idea. But if I had, I bet you, I would have invented GPS also.
Yeah, you could have wrote a blank check for it.
Exactly. Exactly. So anything, doesn't matter what it is in our life. If we have faith in that idea, and then you act on that idea, that becomes your burning desire. And when you have burning desire, it should be so strong, it's like a tattoo on your mind.
Yes.
Okay? It doesn't let you go. When you have that desire, then you know it's going to happen.
Right.
But a lot of people don't have that desire. They have wishful thinking. And because when they get the idea, they discuss with their father, their uncle, their teachers, or friends. They say, I'm thinking about this thing. And they are you dumb? How can you do this? Nobody has ever done this. How can you do this? You say, look, I can do this. No. I just want you to be reasonable. I want to be realistic. That realism is based on the person who's giving you the advice.
Exactly. And this is the whole thing that comes up with negativity, right?
Exactly.
Because then you start allowing people to dictate how your idea is going to come out, and then all of a sudden you start to feel insecure.
Insecure, and then you say, maybe the person who's saying that I should not. At first time they attempt on their idea and they fail, they say, yeah, my uncle was right, my father was right, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And they don't become persistent in pursuing that idea. That's where the problem is. It's not that idea can't be manifested. You can have any idea in your mind, right?
Yep.
See, when Emerson says that we will never have a desire for something which we are not capable of achieving it. We'll never even think about that. Just example, we as human beings don't have desire to eat grass because nature never built us that idea, okay, that you should be eating grass. If nature did it, then we'll be eating grass. So same way, any idea that comes to our mind, that means you also have the abilities within you to fulfill that idea. That's all it is.
Right.
And Think and Grow Rich teaches you how you are going to, against all obstacles, against all impediments you are going to face in your life, you are going to really fulfill this idea.
Right. Well, the thing is here too is that human nature, our nature is automatically to move to the negative realm
Sure.
than the positive realm. Because
Sure.
for people it's easier to be negative
Sure.
than it is to be positive.
Sure.
Because we're always faced with challenges that we need to get over all the time. So I want to address tackling negativity because I think it's really important for the viewers out there that have businesses or that are,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
doing jobs every day that they need to be creative in and they need to have confidence in. You know, how many times a day will a negative thought come up into their mind to say, oh, this is a great idea, this is what I need to do today,
Sure.
but I can't because I have to do this. What do you think is the best strategy in order for humans to sort of get out of the negative pattern thinking and move into a positive pattern thinking? Because it's easy to say, think positive.
Sure.
But doing it is where the obstacles are. Right?
It's very good question, and a lot of people ask me this question. See, the problem with people is the minute they start working on an idea and first time they fail, right? And then rather than going to the person who's expert in that area, they go to a person who has no idea about what you want to accomplish in your life. And basically, they go to the person for advice who's more messed up than they are.
Yeah.
So how you cannot go to a poor people and ask him how I'm going to make money. He can't teach you because he has never made any money, right? So for that, you have to go to the person who really has made money in their life. He's the one who will tell you this is how you make money. Same way, you go to the people who are successful in their fields. Seek their advice. Say, listen, this is the idea. This is what I really want to do. But I'm faced with some problems. Can you help me? And they will guide you. Or take the course, Think and Grow Rich. So you can find how you are going to solve those problems. Because that's the beauty of this course. It develops in you. It's called ASR. It's Auto Success Reflex. Mm-hmm. Which means anytime you are faced with a problem in life, you are able to find the answer. What a great thing. What a great thing people have. So what it does, this course does, it prevents you to associate yourself with the negative people. And 98% people are like this. You know that very well.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And so to stop that, believe in what you want to do, number one. absolute faith, absolute conviction that this is going to happen.
Okay, and now with that,
Yes.
give one exercise on how you can reiterate that in your life.
Okay. See, there's a section in the course which is called conscious and subconscious mind. Okay. See, our conscious minds, works with all our senses. We all know that. And subconscious mind is more powerful. It has all the power. Okay. Try to plant the idea in your subconscious mind all the times, just before going to bed, and just before you wake up. At that, you're in a state where you're neither asleep nor you're awake. That's the time you think about exactly what you want in life.
Okay.
I can't explain to you why it happens, but that's what happens. Automatically you're being attracted to draw the people in your life and circumstances and the situation which will help you to guide to realize that purpose, provided you believe in that. You see, there's no point in planting the idea into your mind. You don't believe in that.
That's right.
You must believe.
You're kidding yourself.
Yeah, you're kidding yourself. And we human beings have it's a natural tendency. We become negative because every day we hear negativity from all of, and those ideas keep on honing in our mind, right? When they come to your mind, when you go to bed, you think about those ideas. Yeah, I heard this thing. Oh, something's wrong. And you think about when you wake up. So that's why negativity manifests in your life, right? But if you insulate yourself, absolutely insulate yourself, say, wait a minute, I am not going to associate myself with a negative person or a negative thought. I am going to protect my mind. And that's what all successful people do. They protect their mind from all the kinds of negative thinking. Imagine, you have $100 million in gold. Would not you want to protect it? But your mind is worth more than $100 million gold.
Yeah. The gold mine.
It's a gold mine. The more gold has been mined from the minds of human minds than from actual mines. You know that. So what do we do to protect it? We do nothing to protect it. We let every idea come to us. See, for example, myself, I'll tell you. I have a positive shell around me. Even an atom bomb can't break it. Why? Because I believe in what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I have absolute faith and conviction that this philosophy will be taught to every household in this country. Okay? So that's why I'm not scared. I believe in it and I am always positive. And no negative person comes in my life. I have not met a negative person in my life because I don't draw them in my life. And that's what this philosophy is all about.
Right. Okay, so now we've developed that we have a burning desire, we have a definite purpose. Now what do we do?
Act on it. Act on it. You have a definite purpose, you have a desire, now you start action. Your action will determine how much faith you have in this. Because if you don't take any action...
That is so important.
That's so important. That means you don't have any faith in what you want
Right.
to do. You say, I have an idea, I have really desire.
Yeah.
It's not a desire, it's a wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That's
it's a soap opera in your
Yeah,
head.
exactly. So you must have that burning desire, you must act on it.
Right.
These are the 3 steps you are going to take. You have no idea what your life is going to be.
Right.
That's what this philosophy teaches.
Right. When I talk about my loud strategy, when you say this
Sure.
action thing, it's very much what I call utilization. You can know what you want to do.
Yes.
You can know where you need to put it and
Sure.
who you need to contact, but you have to utilize. You have to get up and then you have to start working through every single one of your opportunities, which is the action. And this is where a lot of businesses fail, or
Yes.
a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand, how to move their businesses forward because they procrastinate, they get afraid, they
Yes.
start to get panicky over money, and then they lose the willpower to keep moving forward in their business.
Sure. See, there is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be afraid of. See, there is only one reality in life. That's we all have to leave this planet. That's the only reality. Everything else we can conquer in between. So why should we be afraid of anybody or any situation, right? Because our mind is so powerful, it can face any challenges. See, let's say if we had a crystal ball in our hand, and we say, well, you know what? And you are born, and I say, well, Dorothy, this is your life is going to be. This is the challenge you are going to face. This is the problem you are going to have in your life. This is how many failures you are going to have. I show you all this. And you'll say, no, 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 I don't want to live this life because I won't be able to cope with this. And look what nature has made us. We grow in our life. When the problems come in our life, we do handle those problems because nature has automatically built in us a reserve power, okay, that will make you face that problem.
Right.
Right? It's not the problem, it's how you respond to that problem is the key.
Well, that's the thing, right? I think it's Leslie Brown that says, if somebody's going to kick you down, you make sure you land on your back. Because if you can look up, you're going to get up.
Absolutely. It's not how many times you rise, how many times you fall and you get up. That's the key to success. And again, in closing, I would say, have a burning desire. Have a definiteness of purpose, what you want. Have a burning desire for that purpose. Like, as I said, like a tattoo on your mind.
I can feel the fire.
Yeah, that's right. And then you start acting on it. See, when we got Think and Grow Rich Rights, I come home, I say, what do I do now? I say, wait a minute. I don't know where my clients are. I have no idea. But first thing, I need my website. I started writing the contents of the website. Took me 6 months to do this. You know why? Because I was the only person who knew what to write in there. I can't give it to some company, okay, this is the idea, write the contents. Because I know about Think and Grow Rich. I have been a student of this for so many years.
Yeah.
So I wrote the contents. We designed and redesigned over and over again. So I'm taking those action. I start to take the action, understand this thing. Then I said, how do I market it? I started taking those action. Who's going to help me? I had no idea. Who's going to help me? All my team, you saw on the seminar, they are mostly volunteers. They want to learn this philosophy so they can make something in their life. So what I did, and they all I started to draw those people in my life.
Like magnets.
Exactly.
When you're living with the passion, your passion becomes a magnet.
Yes.
And then the right things start
Right
coming
thing.
your way.
So same way, my advice to all the business people is that whatever you decide to do, believe in what you do, have a burning desire to make it a success and start acting on it. Yes, you will make some mistakes, but those are just the mistakes. This is not something that doesn't happen. In everybody's life, mistakes happen. But how you're going to respond to those mistakes is going to be the challenge.
Right.
And you have all the power within you to respond to those challenges.
Right.
That's how nature has built us. So why to worry about anything? Why to be afraid of anything? There's nothing to be afraid of.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciated you coming on the show today.
Thank
I thought
you.
it was fantastic. And like I said, Think and Grow Rich is one of the books that, really motivates me. And having you bring this to Canada and to the UK and to India and wherever else your future brings you, you're bringing so much service to so many people that have this book in their hands without the, somewhere to go to be empowered with it.
Sure.
Right? And so for all you entrepreneurs out there that were watching Satish, why don't you let them know, or business people, or everyday people, why don't you let them know where they can find you, your website?
Yes, it's thinkandgrowrichinstitute.com. www.thinkandgrowrichinstitute.com, or call us at 647-529-7474. Thank you very much.
Right, and like I said, I did attend the seminar, and I'm a big fan, and I thought it was really great, and you've got some really great things coming your way as you build this institute for sure.
Thank you.
So I hope as we close, you've learned some amazing things today from the Think and Grow Rich principles. The book does have 17 principles for success. We couldn't cover them all today, but it definitely is worth the read, and it's worth attending a seminar if you have that opportunity as well. Don't forget your loud strategy to success as well. Remember that you have to have loyalty in what you're doing, and then you have to recognize, once you know what you want to do, who are the people that are going to be there to help you. And just like Satish, his crowd came to him once he knew exactly what it was that he was going to do. And then utilize it. Act. You have to act on everything that you think you need to do in order to make yourself a success. And once you move through your actions, then your delivery will be crystal clear. People will know your services, and you become a success.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.